I'm Chris Carter, Thor Motor Coach Product Manager for the Gas Class A Motorhomes. With me today is
David Kaufman, Western Regional Manager for Thor Access.
We just got done driving this Access motorhome. It was a fantastic drive. David, tell us a little bit about how I experienced such a great drive in this coach.
The Thor Access is really unique, and it's unique in the way that it offers an independent front suspension. So what that means for our customers is that it's going to offer a fantastic drive.
I noticed when going down the road, I had a great view and perspective of the road, and I felt centered as I was driving. It was very comfortable. What are some of the things that would promote that?
Well, with the Thor Motor Coach, what a lot of customers have figured out is it's not what you can see, but it's what you can't see. And really for us, it starts with our uprigging. That's what we do to the chassis before we start building on it.
Okay, great. What engine and chassis is this?
This is the Ford E350 chassis. What that means for our customers is that it offers 305 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque.
And that helps me do what? Because that sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. And for this particular coach, we call this this is the sports car of RVs.
Okay, that's excellent. This dash was well appointed. Everything was visible to me. I had access to the radio. Are there any other things up here that someone would need to know about when they're looking at an Access?
Well, what makes Thor really unique in another way is the fact that we slope down all of our dashboards. What that means is on a lot of our competitors, the dashboard would just go straight out. At Thor Motor Coach, we slope down our dashboards between 6 and 9 inches. What that translates to is a lot better visibility for our customers.
Right. I noticed the visibility in this panoramic view. It's fantastic how large that windshield is at the front.
Right. Again, another unique aspect of the Access. I don't know of another motorhome that's like that.
Now, we didn't have sun in our face as we were driving this morning, but I noticed this shade in the front.
Right. So the Thor Access offers a power shade. What's really great about that is the fact that if you're driving westwardly at the end of the day, you can actually lower the shade a little bit to keep that sun from coming into your eyes. Fantastic.
Anything else you want to share with?
Sure. We also offer a computer workstation so that while somebody is driving, the other person can be paying their bills. So with the computer workstation, it also offers 12-volt adapters as well as a 110 outlet. And with the radio, it has mirrored technology. What that means to our customers is that whatever appears on your cell phone is going to appear on this screen. So the benefit of that, Chris, is when we're offering GPS, everyone uses their cell phone technology today. So again, whenever we're using MapQuest or whatever feature we have on our phone, it's going to appear on this screen.
Excellent. When we parked, we set this coach up. I found it very easy to get everything ready.
Right.
We have a table here, and the cockpit is part of the living space.
Right.
I like how you can just park, get ready, turn around, and everything flows right into the living space.
What's really great is the coach is about 26.5 feet in total length, and 5 of us can sit here comfortably and have dinner, have drinks, whatever it is that we'd like to do.
This is a nice conversation area right in the entryway into the galley of the coach.
Absolutely.
So David, we've already spent some time this morning talking about the chassis, drivability, and the handling of the coach.
Right.
And I noticed when we walked in to set everything up today that everything is located right here. I have my awning switch, I can put out the awning, I have the breaker switch, turn the batteries off and on for the coach. And what's this up here?
That's our systems control panel. And what that means to our customers, Chris, is that all the operations of the coach is located right here. So whether or not we wanted to operate our rear slide, or check our tanks, or operate any function of the coach, it can all be found right here in this location.
And I noticed this key switch here with the raise and lower panel. What exactly is that?
That's for our overhead bed. Again, 26.5 foot coach. This coach offers sleeping for 6. Our overhead bed, which is so unique compared to what our competitors are offering, is that overhead bed will hold 500 pounds. Most of our competitors are offering beds that are going to hold 250 or 300 pounds.
So good sleeping capacity, and this is obviously one of the sleeping areas, our sofa.
Right, so this is a jackknife sofa. that will accommodate 2 people. I call them unwanted guests, right? So, but if you did have 2 unwanted guests, they certainly could sleep here or sleep in the overhead bed that, again, is going to hold 500 pounds.
Now this table comes out,
Right.
and then it folds down. And
Right. So from an operational standpoint, all you have to do is pull the table out, lift up on the front of the bed, or front of the sofa, and then it drops down for a jackknife sofa.
And then at night, as we've discussed, this is a nice livable area. We use the cab portion as part of that space. We have right behind me, above my head here, we have a beautiful TV.
Right. So again, the Axis is the fastest growing demographic in the RV industry. And what I mean by that is, where else can you have approximately 26.5 feet, accommodate 6 sleeping stations, or sleeping for 6, and have such a roomy living space?
Excellent. And in addition to that, you're going to need a lot of storage space for everybody, right? So I've noted we have cabinetry and storage spaces everywhere.
Exactly. So residential style kitchen, if you would.
Oh, pantry.
Pantries. A lot of storage, again, considering the size of the coach. And that's really what's catching on for our customers. You know, originally, when I first seen the Axis, I had thought that it was going to be a coach for somebody just getting into RVing. But what I found is that the demographic for this is really broad, and we're finding a lot of people that are stepping down from even diesel pushers to buy the Axis, because you have that Class A style driving, better visibility, better drivability, and yet at the same time you still have a lot of storage space.
Excellent. And so it's a smaller unit and compact, but boy, I see a lot of countertop space here, and we even have a lift up.
Exactly. It was very well thought out, along with a backsplash, 3-burner stove. This one's going to have both an oven as well as a microwave, which again, large coach features in a small coach.
Great, thank you. Okay, David, hey, thank you so much for sharing the galley and the living areas. I've noticed a couple of things as we've been talking this morning. There's a lot of light in here. We have flooring that's residential style vinyl flooring throughout the coach. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Right,
so residential flooring throughout the coach. A lot of, again, big coach, residential type feel, right? You touched on the lighting. The Axis offers LED lighting all the way through the coach. What that means to our customers, Chris, is that an LED light has 20% of the burn of a bulb light. So for the customers that are dry camping, that means a lot, right?
Absolutely. Let's walk back into this area, into the bathroom. Let's talk a little bit about, that's a nice roomy shower that we have.
Right.
That's, in fact, it's very large. I'm almost 5'11", and I'm very comfortable in there.
Right. So, just to interject, the shower is going to accommodate somebody as tall as 6'2", actually. A lot of storage within the bathroom. Porcelain toilet.
Okay.
So again, a lot of residential features that.
And that's something you'd expect in a higher end coach, like we talked about.
Right.
Stainless steel sink.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so we spent a lot of time talking about the living space, the storage is available, the excellent features and point out in the bathroom, the LED lighting. Now we're into the back of the coach. I noticed this is a very comfortable mattress.
Right, so we offer Denver mattresses. Again, what that means to our customers is Denver is a commercial grade mattress. So again, the comfort of it is going to be a lot better than what most of our competitors are offering.
Right. Now I know, and this is actually slid out in this particular model, which makes us a lot of space around.
So again, queen walk around, and you're not going to find that in most 26.5 foot coaches.
And plenty of overhead storage for all my stuff.
Right. Overhead storage.
When this slides in and I flip the mattress, I have all this room. Look at all this storage.
Right. Right. So you have a huge storage area here.
Massive.
Right. And then 2 decks of drawers here.
And those slide out really easy.
They do. So these are full extension ball bearings, right? So full extension drawer glides. A lot of storage. Really good use of space. You also have a 110 outlet back here.
Okay.
So most everyone operates from their phones today. So if they did need to plug in or recharge, You also have USB charging ports back here.
Excellent.
Reading lights above, along with speakers. The Jensen radio, it's Bluetooth, so it can operate from an iPad, iPhone, or any other musical device. And what's really cool about that is the fact that we could be outside.
Yes.
And we can change and operate the music from back here.
And the speakers outside. So I'm out there camping, I'm enjoying life. I can turn on the radio from outside.
Exactly.
So one of the things we couldn't talk about when we were talking about the drivability in the cab area, we talked a little bit about the sleeping. We just wanted to show the folks a little bit. This is an excellent extra sleeping spot.
Right. So again, just to build on what we were talking about earlier, Chris, most of our competitors are offering 250 or 300 pound overhead beds.
Okay.
This bed's going to hold 500 pounds.
Wow.
So if you did have 2 guests, you don't have to ask one to sleep outside.
So that'll be fine for the little kid who's 50 pounds.
Right.
We're going to hold him up fine.
Right. So you can have 2 adults up here. We have the cloud mattress.
Okay.
Right. So again, something else that our competitors are doing is they're offering blow-up mattresses.
Yes.
With this coach, the mattress stays in here. It's really, really comfortable. And you can even use it as storage if you're not using it as a sleeping area.
And I'll be taking a nap here later today.
Right.
All right, let's go ahead and head outside. So we spent a lot of time talking about the livability of this coach, but let's face it, we go camping, we want to use the outside. So I noticed this nice wide entry door.
Right. So really wide entry door. Steps are really accommodating. It's easy to get in and out of the coach. We have grab handles on both the inside as well as the outside of the coach.
Okay. This is awesome. This is
full length awning, right, with LED lights along the end.
LED too?
LED as well, yes.
The patio light is LED. What's this compartment here?
This is our outside TV. So if you did need to get rid of the kids for a little while, that's a great way to do it.
So I won't miss the game on Sunday.
Or watch the game, right.
Excellent. And we have storage. It looks like the storage starts.
Right. So you have pass-through storage up front. We use a rotocast storage bin. And what that means for our customers, Chris, is no rust, no mold, and no mildew.
That's great.
And they also have drain plugs in them. So if you're going to Sturgis with the weekend for the boys, right?
Yes.
Fill it up full of ice, drinks, have a great time. Next weekend you're taking the grandkids out, fill it up for firewood for s'mores.
Excellent. Now walking down the side of this coach, I think we talked a little bit about this on the inside.
Right.
We have the Bluetooth radio. These are the speakers for the radio.
They are, right.
Okay, so I can blast my my neighbors out if I want to, right?
Exactly. You won't be the popular one at that point. But you also have more storage. And then, Chris, you have more storage down here. So again, another compartment for you.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about the outside finish of the coach and the look.
Right. So this is HD Max. What that means for our customers is that it's a poured fiberglass. Typically with fiberglass, what you're going to have is, the one thing we can guarantee our customers is you're going to take on rock chips. When you take on rock chips with traditional fiberglass, it's going to have a white pigment behind it. But with a poured fiberglass with HD Max, the color is consistent all the way through. So again, when you take on that rock chip, you're going to see the same consistency, again, Chris, all the way through. So then you have one of 2 options. Either one, from a distance, you'll never know the difference anyway.
Right.
The second option is you can take a little bit of clear fiberglass filler, fill it in, take a real light sandpaper and sand over it, and be virtually as good as new.
Excellent.
So Chris, as we move to the back of the coach, rear slide with slide topper, right? So what that means for our customers is if you are set up for a few days, the debris from the trees as it comes down, it's not going to end up in your coach. In addition to that, if the side storage wasn't enough, wait till you see this.
Whoa.
You have a ton of storage in the back.
So that's a lot of capacity. What other capacity do we have back here that we can talk about?
Right, so if all the storage wasn't enough, we also offer an 8,000 pound hitch. So if you needed to tow anything with the axis, you can certainly do that.
I noticed as we were walking around earlier and you were showing me, what is this?
That's your backup camera.
That's my backup camera.
Right.
You know, mostly I've seen this in a lot of coaches. It's this huge thing.
Exactly.
This is very small.
You can hardly see it.
Yeah, it goes with the whole overall look of the axis.
Exactly.
Excellent. So in the fall, I go to a lot of marching band competitions to watch our son.
Right.
And I imagine us taking something like this and being in a parking lot.
Right.
What are some of the things that would help me enjoy this coach, whether I'm in a campground, camp spot, or when I don't have hookups, out in a parking lot somewhere?
Right. So Chris, if you were set up for a couple of days, camper's worst nightmare, right? You're set up for a few days and all it does is rain. With traditional windows, you would have to keep them closed because when you slide them open, rain's gonna come into your coach. With this frameless window, you're able to open the window even while it's raining so you can get air circulation throughout your coach.
And when I don't have power, I'm in a parking lot.
Right.
How do I use the coach?
So we also have a self-contained generator in this coach.
Okay. So going down the coach a little bit further, I've noticed that we have the fuel fill is on the
driver's side.
The driver's side of the coach.
Right. We also have more storage. In addition to that, we also have an outside shower. So if you did need to hose the kids off, you're able to do that.
We've talked a lot about all the features on the inside, the outside. This is a beautiful coach.
Thank you.
There's something here you can't see though, right? You cannot see how we build a safe, reliable vehicle.
Right.
So foundation.
Right. So what a lot of other customers have figured out, 10 years ago, Chris, the industry was really different.
Yeah.
Customers would walk on the lot and go and pick out the coach that they thought would be best for themselves and their family. Today it's so different with the internet. Customers do their research. And the reason why Thor is growing at the pace that we are is because of what you can't see on this coach.
At Thor Motor Coach, we build many of the world's most recognized brands of motorhomes. To make sure your new motorhome is the perfect fit for you and your family, our engineers work with MoreRide International, the leader in chassis modification, to design and construct the foundation for your motorhome. MoreRide provides the steel assembly that makes up the basement storage and support structure of the motorhome. Raw chassis come to us from leading chassis builders like Ford, Chevrolet, Freightliner, and Mercedes-Benz. Computer-aided design models allow Thor Motor Coach engineers to provide MoreRide all the information needed to make the perfect parts for each chassis. A specialized steel cutting and forming process is used for each individual part. The use of these metal forming machines help create consistency throughout the build. Many chassis need to be modified based on the floor plan of the motorhome. These chassis will be stretched to provide the optimum combination of storage and drivability. Steel C-channels are welded in place to provide strength and rigidity. The lengthening of the chassis requires a modified drive line. New drive shafts connect to the transmission and rear differential. Specialized machines are used to create the correct drive angles and balance the new drive shafts before being installed on the unit. Steel cross members make up the largest section of the structure, spanning horizontally from side to side over the main frame rails. These cross members support the floor of the coach while evenly spreading the weight of the coach for better stability while driving. With the newly formed structure in place, the chassis is brought in for painting to protect the raw steel from the elements. This special paint is formulated to help inhibit rust and corrosion. Special attention is spent to ensure only the steel structure is painted, leaving all of the automotive components with the standard coating provided by the chassis manufacturer. Even though you can't see what is beneath the beauty of the motorhome, you can be certain Thor Motor Coach and MoreRide International have created a strong foundation meant to stand the test of time.
All of our motorhomes are engineered using the best combination of aluminum, steel, and fiberglass. The walls and roof are constructed from aluminum, which provides a strong yet lightweight skeleton to support the overall house of the motorhome. Our floors are built from steel. The heavier steel construction helps lower the overall center of gravity of the motorhome, while providing an excellent platform to help insulate the interior of the RV from road noise. The insulation within the walls, roof, and floor is low-density polystyrene foam. The insulation is form-fitted to all structural areas to provide protection from the exterior elements. The sidewalls are finished in fiberglass. Large flat sheets or rolls of fiberglass are laid upon a lamination table to be prepped and bonded to the aluminum structure. A large glue applicator runs beads of adhesive every inch down the length of the structure to ensure 100% coverage. Now the lamination process takes place. The entire walls, roof, and floor are inserted into an individual lamination bed where air is removed and pressure is applied, causing the adhesive in the walls to flash, also known as vacuum bonding. This flashing permanently bonds all the layers together, providing an optimal structure to build a motorhome. With the lamination process complete, a final routing of all cutouts in the structure is performed. All openings in the walls and roof are framed in aluminum, while the floor is all framed in steel. This extra step ensures the openings are always sized correctly, so items like windows, vents, and entry doors will fit each and every time.
Thanks for coming today. Thank you for showing us the Axis.
And thank you for having me, Chris. I always enjoy talking about the Thor axis.